Who is the best Batman supporting character? Hi, I'm Jason Inman.
And I'm Ashley Victoria Robinson.
And we are here to answer the important nerd questions of the day on the internet. Of course, as suggested by the awesome people that support us over at patreon.com/Jawiin. That's patreon.com/Jawiin, Jawiin. Not only do you support the channel and our podcast, we answer your questions if you go over there to the My University level. And today's question comes from who, Ashley?
From Miguel Para.
What's his question?
His question is, who is the best Batman supporting character?
Yes. And Miguel Parra, of course, as we know, is the world's expert on tightrope walking.
Wow.
Yes, he is that good at tightrope walking because he's a carny. It's an offensive term. He's a carnival worker, just like Dick Grayson was.
I was going to say, does that belie who your choice is for
Yes. Also, before we get to the question real quick, I don't know if you guys know out there in the world, I've been advertising this everywhere. Super Soldiers, my book, look right here. It's here in physical form. Look at this. There's no pictures. Well, there's some pictures. But I wrote this book, and it's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, everywhere. You can pre-order it right now. June 18th comes out.
There's also a chapter in there about a Batman supporting character.
Wow, way to tie it in.
Thank
well
you.
Done. Go check that out. Okay, Ashley.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
This is tough because there's three people who, for me, really stand out as the potential winners.
I want to hear all three. Go.
For me, there's one very obvious choice. It's Dick Grayson.
1.
OG Robin. Alfred Pennyworth.
2.
OG Bat Dad. And Selina Kyle. OG Catwoman.
3.
So I think those are
the best Batman supporting characters?
I think those are the most impactful in terms of their time spent with the character, what they've done in their relation to the character, and how integral they are. I think there's an argument to be made for the Joker.
It's a supporting character.
Well, supporting just means secondary, right?
Sure.
I'm really sick of the Joker and would like him to go back in the toy box for a little bit, so I'm not the person to make that argument.
Sure.
But I think that you could, and there are other characters who've had monumental effects on Batman, but to me, those three sort of rise to the top.
Well, for me, think that you're missing somebody very important, Commissioner Gordon, who is actually in the very first issue of Detective Comics that Batman ever appears in. Commissioner Gordon's there. Alfred's not in that issue.
Nope.
Dick Grayson's not in that issue. And who is your third? Catwoman is not in that issue. Catwoman actually is, out of those three, Catwoman actually shows up the first. And then Alfred's actually a ways down the road.
Yeah,
but
we did a whole geek history lesson on Alfred, by the way, if you want to hear about his weird origin, because it's weird.
Well, and as from the podcast, I named Alfred and Batman the best DC duo.
Yep.
So Alfred definitely deserves to be on this list. I do think Commissioner Gordon deserves to be on it too. It's hard with this argument to not just give it to Dick Grayson.
Batman and Robin are iconic.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin are more iconic than even Batman and Catwoman or in just the larger scope of art. Forget about the geek sphere.
He's also one of the first Batman supporting characters to get his own solo title.
Yeah,
as well.
He's also one of the only legacy characters to grow up, assume his mentor's mantle, make a name for him. We could talk till the cows come home about how great Dick Grayson is.
Let's just assume let's concede the argument right now. It's Dick Grayson. We're both conceding this?
I think so.
Shake hands. That means that it is real for the internet. And if you disagree, I will file a petition against you. Okay, so let's kind of break down some of the other ones. Okay, Commissioner Gordon, definitely in the top 5.
Definitely.
Alfred is probably, Alfred's probably number 2.
I would say so, yes.
Right? Alfred's number 2. Commissioner Gordon, Catwoman, which one ranks higher?
It's tough, this is going to sound shady, and I don't intend it to sound shady.
Especially when it comes to Batman.
If they had gotten married...
He hides in the shade.
She would have ranked higher for me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, can I ask?
Yeah.
We don't know Tom King's
At the time of this recording, there's lots of potential for them to still be married.
Okay,
but at this time right now here, so if you're commenting about this in the future and you think you're being cool and making a point, grow up.
Whoa.
They're not married.
Yes. But they could be. We don't know.
They could be. In fact, you've convinced me. I'd like to see that for a little bit.
I do want to see that for a while.
I don't want it forever, but I'd like to see it for a bit. It'd be very interesting.
I'm going to put that out. I'm going to put this out into the world. They say say out in the world the things
say your intention.
that you want to do. If they do not let Tom King marry Batman and Catwoman together, because I've said for years, and you disagree against this actually.
We have fought vehemently on Geek History Lesson about it.
I think Selina is Bruce's soulmate.
True love.
I think they really are. I think they're both broken people that have found each other. So if DC does not let Tom King marry the two of them together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put out in the world that I would someday like to write that story.
I would like to read your version of it.
I would love to see them. They're two broken people that are more complete together, a la Sherlock and Watson. And you know that they've gotten down. Anyways.
You just made so many shippers so happy.
Oh, yes.
But that's all to say that I think if they had gotten married, I would say
You'd
it
rank her
is
higher.
Selena, but I actually think it might have to go to Gordon.
I'm going to say...
In terms of impact on the character, I think in terms of the larger pop culture impact, it has to be Catwoman.
I'm going to say, marriage or no marriage, Commissioner Gordon ranks higher.
Really?
Again...
and you love Selena.
I love Selena, but Commish Gordon is there in the first issue.
Sure.
He's there on the first page.
They're literally, it's so
they're
dumb.
smoking pipes and talking about crime.
And Bruce Wayne is like complaining about how hard it is to be like a rich white guy.
Yeah, and to me, you cannot...
What privilege.
You cannot ignore that legacy, that he's there from the very first page.
Yeah.
Whereas Catwoman comes a couple years later. Even Robin beats Catwoman. Which is but we already put Robin as number 1.
Yes.
Okay, so let's say that this is our top 5. We have our top 5.
Yeah.
Who are the bottom 5? Who is
the least impactful?
Oh no, not the least impactful, because actually Batman is one of these weird orphan characters that has like 50 supporting characters. But if you were gonna, keep going with this list, I'm not talking least impactful.
Like a top 10.
Yep. Who rank is 6 to 10? Who makes it in there? Who makes it in your top 10?
Leslie Tompkins.
Oh, interesting.
Not
Tim Drake? The third Robin?
The best Robin?
The third Robin?
The best Robin?
The third Robin?
I would put Tim in there.
Mm-hmm.
I also think you have to put Damian in there, unfortunately.
Oh, interesting. His son.
I think Barbara Gordon deserves to be in there.
Does Superman rank in this? Or does he automatically not count?
He's not a Batman character. He's not a Batman supporting character.
Well, there have been plenty of stories where he has been a supporting character to Batman.
True, but if I were writing this article for major spoilers or
and again, there's no right or wrong answers.
Absolutely not, or anyone else.
And by the way, please put your top 5 down in the comments below. Yeah.
Or comment them on Patreon. Yeah. But I would not put Superman because I would only pull from characters that were created in support of Batman.
Okay. Can I give you
Please, yes.
I would love to just do a rundown of characters here. Let's see here. Harvey Bullock.
No.
Renee Montoya.
No.
Harold.
No, I hate Harold.
I love Harold.
I hate Harold. He sucks.
Ace the Bat Hound.
Ooh.
Ace makes the top 10 for me.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. Soft yes.
Batmite.
No.
Silver St. Cloud.
No.
Vesper Fairchild.
No. None of Bruce's
Azrael.
fling. No.
Barbara Gordon.
Yes, I said Barbara Gordon.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I've kind of run out of people.
I mean, the only other 2 people that I think could be in contention are Talia and Roz.
Talia is definitely in the top 10, not Roz though.
I hate Talia.
So.
I hate her story so much.
I don't know. I think I would put Superman on the top 10. I would.
Wait,
I think
he's not a Batman.
I get it.
That's fair.
I
It's
get
fine.
it, but there's hundreds
They're
upon
the world's finest.
hundreds of world's finest issues where they are each other's supporting characters.
I hope somebody on Patreon asks us to do the best Superman supporting characters, and I hope you remember to say Batman.
Bibbo! Number 1. No.
But it's funny because that's another argument where it's like, well, duh, Lois Lane obviously number one.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these characters have an obvious number 1. And it's more like the 4 through 10.
See,
or 2 through 10 where they kind of slot
you know
in.
who Superman's number 2 is? His cape, because you don't tug on Superman's cape.
Jesus. John?
No, you don't tug on Superman's cape. Don't you know that song?
No.
You don't tug on Superman's cape.
No.
You don't spit into the wind.
No.
It's Bad Leroy Brown.
Is this a weird American
We'll
thing?
have to play this song. It's not an American song. It's a world famous song. Anyways, back to Batman.
I love that you wanted to put Ace on the list.
Ace is definitely in the list. Ace is definitely in the top.
I am surprised
top 10.
that you didn't pull Terry McGinnis.
Oh.
I know you're a big Batman Beyond dude.
I haven't really thought about...
We didn't go into this with a ton of forethought.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. Terry McGinnis definitely deserves to be in there, yeah. But it's interesting because there's another version of this list where Bruce is Terry's supporting character.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Like, that is Terry's story.
There's another version of this list, too, where people put Thomas and Martha Wayne as number 1 and number 2.
Sure. Man, it's good. I mean, there is also a version of this list where Harvey Dent's on there.
Yeah, particularly in like a Hush sort of timeline.
Or Long Halloween.
Yeah.
Like him and Bruce are best friends.
Yep.
So
I like that continuity.
I do too. I don't know. There's a lot of good choices. That's the interesting thing about Batman is Batman, for being this orphan boy, has so many supporting characters.
I mean, he collects orphans.
But Dick Grayson, best Robin.
Absolutely. Tim Drake, the best Robin.
I knew I was gonna get her. And
Dick Grayson, most important Robin.
Best supporting Batman character.
Yeah.
So there you go. Miguel Parra.
Parra.
Excuse me. For mispronouncing your name. It is late when we're recording this video. Keep going on that tightrope walking. You'll kill that Grand Canyon soon. And thank you so much for your question. If you want to ask a question like Miguel Parra, go over to patreon.com/Jawiin and sign up for the Mind University producer level. And while you're over there, I don't know how to end this video, so I'm just gonna say goodbye.
Bye.